Good morning, you guys. It is your Thursday chat with Leah Marie and Sam. We are on here this morning to chit chat about an article that Leah has found. But before we get started, we just want to know what's going on with you. As you click on and you watch this, what are you doing this weekend? What are your plans? Did you go watch the big ass moon last night? Did you do
I saw it this morning.
I
Massive.
didn't.
I saw it this morning. It was too cloudy, I think, last night.
Didn't.
But I wrote down my intentions, the things I wanted to let go.
Yep.
My daughter and I did it both, and we burned it outside.
Jared and I went outside and talked to the moon.
Nice.
We went outside and I said, hey, we're supposed to say everything that we want to like get rid of and stuff. So I was just boom, 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 listing off stuff. And he's like, I agree with number 1, 2. I'm going to skip 3. And we kind of like joked around about our intention because we're reading that book right now about, living in the moment and money, wealth, mindset.
So and do you have weird dreams around full moons? Have you noticed that at all?
I am somebody that dreams every single night and I can control my dreams.
Oh, you're like a lucid dreamer.
When it said that in the book, I thought everybody did that. And I know everybody doesn't dream, but I thought everybody could control their dreams. So when I read that in that book and it said, learn to control your dreams, I'm like, I can wake up and go back to sleep and finish the same dream. And Jared's like, fuck no. He's like, I don't even remember my dreams. He's like, let alone dictate how it ends. So I want to read that book and see if I can get better at it. But I dream all the time. I think because I take ashwagandha before bed, it has helped me dream even more like in color and in, I can wake up having an emotion. Like I can wake up crying. I can wake up really happy. I can wake up really anxious. Like my dreams have emotion attached to them.
Wow.
So yeah,
I definitely dream. I dream a lot, but a lot of my dreams are like weird, and definitely around full moons, my dreams are wild.
I think I'm more creative during a full moon. Like I'm always really sharp at work. I can think of things really, no brain fog. Like full moons are like my spirit animal. Like I love a full moon. My body works best. And I know there's like a thing with my period around that. I haven't quite figured out my period as well. My doctor's like, track it. I'm like, I never remember to track it, but I know around a full moon, I'm like at my prime. Not argumentative, not bitchy, like super creative. I love full moons. So have you ever tracked your period?
No, but I have an IUD, so I haven't had a regular period in years.
Yeah, I had that for a while. I'm going to tell you what, taking that thing out.
I'm sure it doesn't feel very good.
Girl.
Every year, though, they extend the amount of time that they allow you to keep it in. So like I haven't had to have it taken out.
I'm telling you right now, brace yourself. Take a couple ibuprofen before you go. Do a shot of tequila. Take a gummy. Bring some kind of numbing medicine. Like I remember when mine got taken out years ago. And I couldn't believe the audacity of the doctor. And then she's like, all right, you can go back to work.
Yeah.
I was like,
I know.
After all that was in there,
I know.
You think I'm going to go back? I walk for a work job. Like I was teaching. I'm like, I can't stand up and talk to kids like, cause you just cramp afterwards and stuff.
Yeah.
Somebody just said I took my own out. Mandy, you are a woman. You are the woman.
Warrior.
I can't, I get panicky when a tampon gets too far up. Like
I don't even know how you would take your own out. Don't they have to use a special tool? And good Lord.
Know. Twice. Oh, man.
Oh my God.
You're making my cervix is probably bleeding right now. There's no way. Ain't no way. Yeah. Okay. Anna says, I don't dream much. But usually when I'm mad at somebody, right? Just pull the strings. I hope you're talking about a tampon. I don't think I ever had. Now, I did feel an IUD when I was having sex. I could tell exactly where that fucker was then. But
yeah, it does have like a string thingy attached to it.
I mean, I don't go up there digging around very much. Wow. I'm not up there investigating much. Yeah. I let her just live how she wants to live. I don't try to piss her off.
She is a self-cleaning oven. She is taking care of herself.
She doesn't need my help on a lot of things. Yep. This one says I could pull mine out as well, but I haven't. Are you guys insane?
Wow. I would not even want to do that, I think. I would just want the doctor to
No, I can't even put a mirror down there. I get scared, let alone.
ouch.
No
Ouch.
way. Let her live the way she wants to live. That's right.
That's
That's my
right.
yeah.
Let her
If
be.
she wants
Let
to
her
be
be
mad,
free.
she wants to be yeah, she does her own thing down there.
That's right.
Sometimes she's angry with me, sometimes she's completely happy.
Yeah. She's
Sometimes
got a mind of her own.
yeah, she really does. She really does. And as you get older, she just gets more hateful. She
She
has
gets tired.
stubborn. She's very stubborn. Very stubborn. Okay, on to divorce talk. Somebody just said, I just found out last night that my 8-year-old was attacked by my kid's stepmom's dog.
Ah.
Oh. And then had my kids lie about it and said he was scratched, blah, 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 blah. It's moving up too fast. It's been 3 months and I had no idea. Yeah, I mean, again,
Bitten? Was your child bitten? Like, was the skin broken?
it says scratched himself. Oh, they lied and said they scratched himself at the beach. You know, like I have a 160-pound dog. She came over last night. She lives with my son now, but she came over last night and I missed her and I'm loving and I'm playing with her and I play rough with her. I get her all like rattled up, you know. I can put my whole hand in this dog's mouth and rub my forearm along her teeth and she's never going to clench down. But her paws are what get us because she's 160 pounds. So like if I'm playing with her like that and she just puts a paw on you, Wanda can scratch you and it looks way worse than what it was, but she's just playing and saying hi, or she gets to where she's tagging you with her paws, but her claws are like, I mean, huge, thick fingernails, and we keep them cut, but it doesn't matter. I mean, sometimes it's incidental, like it's not an intentional dog attack. It's like maybe playing, you know, and kids are like,
lying about it doesn't help either because then it sounds like you're trying to cover something up.
Way worse, right? It sounds way worse. So when it comes to things like that, like we're never going to stop the other house. We're never going to get the other house to tell us the truth. We're never going to get the other house to be honest. I mean, we would hope that they would just call and be like, hey, the dog got out of control. She got stepped on. You know, he nipped at her when she was trying to feed him a snack and he used his teeth and he shouldn't have, you know, explain it to me. Yeah. But understand in divorce, that other house with the dog is living in fear of you freaking the fuck out because you don't understand maybe this. I mean, people wouldn't understand Wanda. If people saw me put my hand in Wanda's mouth, they'd be like, oh my God, you know, no way. But I know she's not going to bite me, right? But she may bite the neighbor kid because she doesn't know the sense of that kid, doesn't know the smell of that kid. So I think when you have an owner of a dog, you know its temperament for you, but explaining that to someone else, especially an ex in a situation like this, that's really hard to be forthcoming and being like, hey, the dog nipped at the kid, blah, blah, blah. But to go the level to lie is wrong. So anyways, we won't stop the house, but what we do have to do is just get our kids to tell the truth, no matter how bad it is, how much, you know, hey, I'm not going to yell at the other house, but you have to tell me the truth on this. What happened on this mark? How did this happen? You can ask teachers to ask the kid, and teachers sometimes will get the truth before you will, because kids are such robots. And if they were told, don't tell your mom what really happened, the kid doesn't realize, well, I'm not telling my mom, I'm telling the teacher what happened to my arm, you know? So they may be fearful of losing their dog, but man, if I found out the truth, I would be calling the house and being like, I need the full story here. Is this dog under control? Is this dog? I've lately heard like 3 or 4 stories of kids being afraid of animals in the house in my stories of like, why they don't want to go.
My stepmom had a devil cat when I was young. I would go stay at my dad's house, and the cat's name was Bad Cat. That was her name. And I was terrified of her. She was fucking evil. And she would like corner me on the stairs and like attack me. And, but I couldn't, I mean, there was nothing I could do about it.
Yeah. Right. So yesterday I have people in the comments talking about my video yesterday. Yesterday I got on and I gave a giveaway. It's too late. I have the winners right here on a piece of paper. And we'll announce those at the end of today. But yesterday I got on and I was just going to do a giveaway conversation, and it went a totally different direction there for a while. And I have some people who are saying, hey, I just watched it. And I'm telling you, I got upset yesterday and I got really emotional, and not upset in a bad way, but kind of, I think what I released yesterday was an emotion of carrying the anxiety and fear and just how horrible the past 16 years have been, and really only the first 8 in my co-parenting journey. And as I'm winding it up and I'm almost done, going back and remembering at the very beginning, when my kids were 1 and 3, being told, you're going to have to co-parent 50-50 with this person. I lost it. I remember that feeling of, what the fuck? I was the primary parent in the marriage. I've done everything. I've signed him up. I've taken him everywhere. I've changed every fucking diaper. I've done all of it. And now I have to lose them to him. And he doesn't want them. And I know he doesn't want them. This is just to hurt me. And I remember that. I remember it clear as fucking day. And so yesterday, if you go back and watch that video, I completely broke down at the end because I was remembering what that feels like to be told you have to share your kids with somebody that hates your guts and is going to hurt your kids. And not every case is like that, but I knew my case was going to be like that. And it was. And it played out exactly how I knew it would. And I'm almost done. And it's fucking awesome to be almost done. It is.
I've got about 6 years to go.
Yeah. And you guys, I think for the longest time, I kept looking at the time. Like, oh, I got 10 years left. Oh, I got 8 years left. I kept looking at the time, and it's like, but I'm also living my life at that exact same moment. I do need to live in the now. And I do need to just absorb that I do have my kids 50% of the time, or I have my kids 70% of the time, or I have my kids today. And just enjoy your kids today. I talked with a dad yesterday, and he's like, Sam, I don't understand divorce. So I was explaining divorce. Excuse me. And I said, the only thing that matters out of all that's going on in this shitstorm is just pay attention to your kids. And he said, how? How can I make sure I stay connected to my kids? And I said, dude, you got to know your kids. I said, don't talk to them. He made the mistake, and he was just being honest. He said, she told me they're afraid of me. She wrote it in the paperwork. The kids are afraid of dad. They don't want to go to dad's. So when the kids came back to him, he said, hey, kids, are you afraid of me? And I think that's
what are they going to say?
Yeah, I think that's a common mistake that a lot of people make, is that we hear things that our kids are allegedly saying about us, or that the lawyer told us, and we go and we ask our kids. And I want you all to stop doing that. In knowing this story more thorough than what I can explain right now, she was lying. She obviously lied on her paperwork. These kids aren't fearful of him, and they have a good relationship. And he's like, I go to everything. I've been going to everything. I'm pretty much the stay-at-home parent with these kids, and I do it. And he's talking about how I've always cared for them. And he was, it really caught me off guard. And he goes, and I just wanted to double check. I said, but if you know that, why did you even need to double check? Why did you even need to ask the kids? Why did it even need to be a conversation? If you truly know your relationship with your kid is solid, why are you checking? Just know that it's solid. And he's like, well, how do I make sure? So we went through a whole laundry list of things that he can do to just connect with his kids. And I'm telling you right now, it's the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter how much you pay in child support or how much you receive. It doesn't matter who signs the kids up for school or who's responsible for driving the kids to it. All that matters is, are you connected with your kids? That's it. Do your kids know you? Do you know your child? Do they know when she fails a test today? My daughter has an anatomy test today. If she fails it, who's she going to text? Me. Am I going to be in the middle of work? Yeah. Am I going to stop what I'm doing and fuck my client and go help my kid? Absolutely. That's what I'll do, because my kid knows I'm embarrassed. I'm sad. I'm frustrated. I failed a test today. Can you make me feel better, Mom? That's my job. I know my daughter has severe anxiety today about this quiz because we didn't study well last night. We had a party for my other son. So I think all of you just need to realize the divorce part of it. Yeah, it's important to a certain degree, but your relationship with your child is way more important. And it's lifelong. It's not just for 18 years. It's a lifelong responsibility and a relationship for 18 years. So focus your attention there. Don't be asking your kids about the other house. Don't be asking your kids about how the other person said about you. Nobody fucking cares. Just worry about your relationship with your kid. And once I told him that, he was like, you're right. He goes, I said, you're low self-esteem right now. So you were going to your kids to make you feel better. No, that's not their job. You are supposed to make your kids feel better. Okay. So let's see what else we got going on. Anything else before we dive into this awesome article? What are you doing this weekend? You got anything big going on? I leave for my scuba trip today.
Yeah, you got some fun stuff going on. Not really this weekend. We're going on Sunday to a family's house for fish fry. They do they like to make it themselves for Labor Day. Is it Labor Day? Memorial Day?
Labor Day.
Labor Day. But next weekend we're going to go to Toronto for the day and go to the aquarium and go to like Chinatown and Little Italy.
Nice.
That'll be fun. But this
nice.
weekend, not too much going on. So yeah, I have this email for you guys. So I haven't even read this yet. Sam hasn't read this. We're
Nope.
gonna go through it in real time together. But I'm on Jay Shetty's email list. And so an email that came today was, the question is, how can I begin to trust again after I've been deceived? And I was like, whoo, this is gonna be good.
Can we send this to my ex-husband? Because he thought I was his ex-wife, his first wife. Like, you're gonna cheat on me, you're gonna do drugs, you're gonna do alcohol. And I'm like, the fuck? Like, he was punishing me before we even got together.
Well, also he has trust issues because he is not a trustworthy person. And so he's projecting his own shit. But so this is a great question, because so many of my clients come to me if they've been in a narcissistic relationship or been in a relationship where somebody cheated on them. They come out of that relationship like, how the fuck am I ever supposed to trust anyone?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So let's go through and see what this says. Okay, so it says, here's a few ways to begin forgiving someone. Okay, let me go back and say, it says, being betrayed by someone you love is one of the most difficult things to go through. It's a form of heartbreak, but healing is always possible, even if it takes you a long time to feel like yourself again. Okay, so here are a few ways to begin forgiving someone. Number one, write down your negative emotions regarding this person. Get it all out. Yeah, that's a given. Journaling is great. If you've ever been to therapy, your therapist probably told you to journal. Sam and I were both in therapy. Everyone was like, you
journal. Yeah.
Because you got to get that shit out. When it's swirling around in your brain, it's hard to like make sense of it sometimes. So when you get it out onto paper, like you see it there in black and white, it's like, it's therapeutic to just get it out of you, get it out, get it off your mind, get it onto paper.
Yeah. I think even along those lines, for a parent that's overwhelmed before you go to bed, do a brain dump. And I know that's not connected to this, but it is. Like, when you just have 1,000 thoughts going through your head, I call it the Rolodex. Like, my head is just spinning and like logging that. Okay, I got to log that. Okay, I got to log that.
Lists.
Like you just got to get it down. Got to get it down on paper. Send yourself a text, send yourself a message. Jared, always, if I say I'm anxious around bedtime, he'll be like, let's just do a brain dump before we go to bed. Like, what are you worried about? What are you thinking about? But this is really good. Like, truly putting words to paper about what is that feeling? I get a lot of clients that have cheating going on. I mean, shit, I think out of 7 clients yesterday, 4 of them had adultery. And it's like, write the feelings down around that parent. The dad that I was talking to, his wife was a serial cheater. And it was like, he goes, I can tell he will be somebody that will have major trust issues, because I could tell he loved this woman. And he knew she had cheated. He took her back because he wanted to stay married, right? He wanted the marriage to work. So he was trying, but he goes, Sam, I honestly couldn't let that wall down. I walked around really guarded, and which caused her to cheat again. And he's like, and then he goes, somehow she made it my fault that the marriage didn't work, because I wouldn't open back up to her. He goes, I didn't know how to trust her. He's like, so I walked around with a wall up our whole marriage the last few years because of what she did the years before. I couldn't let it go. I mean, he didn't do therapy. They did couples therapy, but he didn't work on himself to deal with that issues. And again, we're not therapists. We've been in a lot of therapy, but I think, he didn't deal with the emotions that he was feeling around her cheating.
Yeah.
So that's a big one.
It says, number 2, write down your positive moments and memories with this person. Focus on the good. That's interesting. Yeah, because when you leave a relationship, it's easy to think of. I feel like people do one or the other. People either focus on all the shit and they fucking hate that person now, and they have so much resentment and anger, or they left somebody they know is bad for them, but they have a hard time accepting it or not going back because they're romanticizing all of the good times.
Right.
So write down the good stuff. Number 3, remind yourself that people make mistakes. We are all human. Okay, so this seems like this is more of a how do you let go? How do you forgive the person? Number 4, recognize the love that is within this person. It's the same love within each and every one of us. Number 5, make the conscious decision to leave negativity behind. You don't need it anymore.
Big.
I mean, that's big. So here's the thing I have with forgiveness as I'm reading this email. I am not one who believes that you have to forgive people necessarily, but you can accept them for who they are and move forward. Because if you're holding on to negative emotions or anger and resentment or any of that, you're only hurting you. It's only you that's affecting. It's not has nothing to do with the other person, right? They can't feel that.
Right.
So it's for yourself to be able to put that stuff down and move forward. You have to just accept what happened and stop replaying it and ruminating and the what ifs and holding on to the anger and resentment. Like, I wouldn't say I forgive people who have done things like that to me, but I'm okay. I'm like, I accepted it. I'm okay with what happened. Like, and I remember what happened. I won't let that person do that same thing to me again. But I let it go. I'm able to just move on from it. Does that make sense?
I don't think I let it go. I just move forward past it.
Right. You're not still in those feelings, like holding on to those feelings. You can kind of like set those down and move forward and
set them down and move forward.
Forgetting what happened.
But, and it's so that if it ever comes back up, they ever come back into your life, I'm right back at that place of like, no, we're not here.
Right.
We're not, I did not forget. I just don't, I'm just not wearing it on me anymore. I put it down. I think that's big. I think that's big of knowing, and don't feel bad that you can't get past it. Like, or that you want, that people aren't like,
that you
just let it go.
Yeah. That's like a boundary, you guys. Like if somebody crosses a line, you're allowed to say, nope, that's it. We're done. Or I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. Like I'm out. I don't want you in my life. I mean, it's whatever your limits and boundaries are.
I feel like this is a lot in co-parenting where outside people may look at me and my ex-husband, I'll just use us as an example, and go, come on, you guys, it's been 10 years. Can you not just get along? Like, can you not just let it go? Can you not just be the bigger person? Can you not just, no, because you have no idea who that really is. And you have no idea the damage he has caused and done and continues to do behind closed doors. So it's a fuck no for me. But a lot of us feel pressure to forgive people. I'm thinking of cases of sexual abuse from a parent or a loved one. And the other family members are like, it was one time. It was just one time. You need to move on. And it's like,
you're like, no,
fuck no.
For me, like being the bigger person means you're not meeting them at their level. You're not trying to retaliate. You're not trying to get them back for like that.
Right.
Being the bigger person is seeing what happened, setting your boundary, making your decision of what your limit is, and then just like moving on. It's that acceptance.
Yeah. Not getting back at them. I think I had, and again, I'm always trying to make everything about how it works in divorce. So I had a case the other day where a mom asked me, it was the STD one, where she got an STD from her husband cheating. And she's like, should I use this in my case? And I told her, and we talked about this the other day in case you missed it. I said, no.
Yeah.
If you go up and use that, you're going to sound like you're just retaliating because he gave you an STD and because he cheated on you. You guys have to make a distinct difference in your case. If you go to trial, and remember that what people do as husband and wife do not usually play a factor in their divorce. Only what happens between mom and dad issues as parenting issues, how this mom was as a mom, how this dad was as mom, dad, however you want to need to be PC. Those are the only issues that come out. Who people are as adults, as husband and wife, the judge doesn't care. You a hoe, you a hoe. You did drugs, as long as you're not doing drugs in front of your kids. I mean, it's crazy in family law how character of who you are as a mom or a husband and wife doesn't come into play. So be mindful of that. You're not wasting a lot of time and money with your attorney saying, but I want you to bring up that he's had 16 girlfriends. I want you to bring up that she's, slept around with a neighbor guy for 4 years. Like I had a case yesterday where the dad said that she had cheated so many times and had an abortion with somebody else's kid. He's like, doesn't that matter? And I'm like, not really.
Yeah.
Like it sucks, but how she was as a mom is really the only factors that you can talk about. Otherwise, they may look at you and be like, he's resentful. So he's lashing out at her. This has nothing to do with her as a mom. And and that's really sad. So you got to work through all that kind of shit with your therapist, because bringing it up in family law isn't really going to help you. And again, that's just my opinion.
Or get into group coaching, depending on what your deal is.
Oh, good call. Good call. Yeah.
Okay, so the next one, choose choose to move forward despite the potential risk. Staying stuck is no longer an option. Number 7, open your heart to a relationship again. So this is the thing. This is the powerful thing. When people ask me, like, how am I ever going to trust anyone again? It's not really about trusting someone again, because you don't have control over anybody and you don't have a crystal ball. So you don't know what's going to happen. So love is a risk. It's a risk to love someone, to be vulnerable with someone, to trust someone, because that person can wake up one day, a year down the road, 10 years down the road, whatever, and decide that they want to go have a gangbang in Vegas with a bunch of their friends. Like you've trusted this person all this time, but that has nothing to do with them. They are their own person. Right. So at the end of the day, I think the best thing that you can do is, when you're getting to know someone, is go slow. Yes. You have to let time show you those red flags, right? Because everyone's always on their best behavior in the beginning of a relationship. So when you slow down, when you're in a place where you're not attached to any outcome, right? You've got yourself to a good place where you feel good and you're fulfilled and you're happy and you feel whole by yourself. That's when you can date and take your time, because it doesn't matter if it works out or not, because you're good on your own. And if it does work out and it feels good and you want to see them again, just let that kind of take its time, because then if shit, you'll see things will come up, little red flags here and there, or you'll catch them in a lie or whatever it is, things start to come up. It's when you fall in love quickly, or you rush into a relationship, or they move in so fast, then you get yourself stuck in a position where now you're kind of tied to this person. And if they start doing things that you don't like, well, then you're kind of fucked. And then you got to your whole life is in upheaval again. Right. Because, you, at the end of the day, it's not about trusting other people. It's about having trust in yourself. Yes. That no matter what happens in that relationship, you know that you're going to be okay.
Yeah. You can get out, your boundaries, you know who you are. You're not going to be talked into somebody. You're not going to be that chameleon that's just now I'm wearing the black and listening to music. Yourself. So it is a lot of self-work on trust. And I think that was the pivotal moment in my co-parenting journey, where I was believing his lies, that I was a shit mom, that I was a drunk, that I was a hoe. I was like, well, I did have sex with that guy this weekend, so I guess I am a hoe. No, I dated him for 3 weeks and I slept with him. What's the big deal? But I believed, because my own self-worth was so low, that everything he was saying to the court and to my kids and to me was the truth. And it was until I trusted myself and I finally was like, I'm not a hoe. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't have a revolving door at my fucking house. I'm not sleeping with random fucking people all the time like somebody else. I'm not drinking around my children. I'm not doing anything like that. I cut my drinking way down after a while and didn't drink at all for 2 years. And then it was I knew I was a good mom. I started trusting myself, and whatever he was saying wasn't what was reality anymore. But that took confidence building, which we just talked about on Monday in the next chapter.
We did a whole 1 hour training on confidence. That. So if you're struggling with that, get into the next chapter. And
so, I mean, all of it, you guys, a lot of what we get is people saying, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? How do I handle this person? And until you have yourself good, it's always going to be a battle dealing with that person, because you're going to second guess yourself. This dad that I had yesterday, I keep going back to him because he just didn't have any good self-esteem. He was walking on eggshells. He said, he goes, I feel like, she's in my house and I don't have any of my stuff. Am I allowed to go back in? I don't want to get arrested. I'm like, dude, that's your house. You pay the mortgage on that house. Your stuff is in there. You were married a month ago. You were happy a month ago. And he's like, but I don't want to do anything wrong. And I can't imagine that feeling of just having no ability to know, should I not? I don't want to be yelled at. I don't want to do something wrong. I don't want to get arrested. It's a horrible place to live in that mindset. So knowing I'm a good parent, there's no way my kids said they're scared of me. There's no way. I know my kids so well. I'm around them. They're fine. I don't believe that bullshit. Mm-hmm. You got to get yourself there where you don't believe the bullshit, because it's going to keep coming at you if you're in a high conflict co-parenting journey forever. You are always going to be the bad guy. You are always going to be the mark in every story, that you are the villain on everything.
They're always the victim.
Always. So you are going to have to get yourself good. And a lot of you, that means maybe therapy, maybe having group coaching where you have divorce coaches like Leah and I helping you every single step of the way, whether it be a story here, an email there, or you guys, I need to meet with you. I'm freaking the fuck out. You got to have people. And a lot of you have people that are your friends that are not helping you.
Right.
They're hot stirs. They are,
or they're just not giving practical advice. Like they might have your best interest at heart, but if they're not experienced in something like this or navigating something like this, I mean, they may not be giving you the best advice. Right. I mean, I've seen that a lot.
Yeah. And because some of them don't want you to get better than them. I realize this a lot. When I first got divorced, you know, my mom saw me kind of going down a wrong path of people. And she said, do you have anybody in that group that you're striving to be better than, or like that you inspire to be? And I was like, no, like I was the best person in the group.
Right.
And that's not the group to be out with, because they were like, well, she's just as bad as us. You know, she's like one step above us. So nobody was making me become a better person, because they liked that they all had drama. So I had drama, and we all just sat around and had our fucking drama fest.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't making anybody better. Not anybody, you know? So I had to leave that group, and I had to go.
And that can be hard. Oh, if you've known people a long time and you don't want, you know, because then they might think, oh, she thinks she's better than, who does she think she is? Like, you know, and all of that. But honestly, I just read again today, this keeps like showing up as you are, you know, the average of like the 5 people you spend the most time with or whatever, something like that. But it's true. Like even in business, that's what they tell you. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yep.
Like you have to surround yourself with people that inspire you and motivate you, and they have their goals, and you know, it's like you want, are they balloons or anchors? We talk about this. Are the people in your life like lifting you up and helping you rise and evolve and grow? Or are they holding you back and keeping you stuck?
Right. So I'm going to announce the winners after we do this little spiel, but you guys, every week we come on, I came on a couple times this week, and we just want to let you know, we offer the coaching that we're talking about. We do group coaching, where people jump on a Zoom with us twice a month. And then all the other times they have access to us on email Monday through Thursday, unless it's an emergency. And we respond within 24 hours back to them with some encouraging strategies, thoughts of wisdom, and things like that. Things to take back to their attorney, things to gray rock back to their ex. It just depends on what that client needs. So group coaching is a thing. We have a private Facebook group called The Next Chapter for Women and Men. It's coming out. Dads, it's all for you in September.
In September.
Coming soon. We'll have it all launched and ready to go when I get back from vacation.
What is the word? A desire, a want, a need. We've had men emailing us and messaging us, and Sam's had clients, and so we decided to start a new one that's separate for men. But right now we have that one for women. It's so awesome. I fucking wish that I had this when I was going through my. Are you kidding me? It's a private group. And it's small, you know, because Sam and I have free support groups, right? And there's lots and lots of people. This is a private group, so it's more intimate. But you get a live workshop every single week. I mean, these are things that we've charged $100, $200 for, just for one. Like we run workshops periodically throughout the year that people pay $100, $200 to come for a 1-hour workshop. You get it every fucking Monday. Every Monday you get a new workshop with both of us. And when you're in the group, you get to tell us what you want to learn. You get to tell us what you're struggling with or what you need more information about. And then we do all the research and get everything together and then do another workshop. And those stay in there. So we do it live, but then those replays stay in there for the entire month. So you can go and watch it whenever you want. Plus, you get just more of us in there. Like we share like our workouts, and we share like the things that we're eating and the things that we're struggling with, and the things that we're doing, like the books we're reading. I mean, it's like really, it's a more intimate experience, and you get so much. Oh my God. And it's $30. I mean,
it's $30. Right.
I went to the movies yesterday with my daughter, and it was like $40.
Oh, so you didn't get a snack.
Yeah.
So, and Monday, which is coming up, we're doing one on when your kids don't want to go. It's a part 2. We did a part 1 already, which is in, I think, July. Video is still out. And then this is the part 2 of kind of helping with the transition exchange time when the kid is like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. We gave tips and tricks on how to make sure that you don't get in trouble at court when your kid doesn't want to go. So if that's something that's happening real time right now in your story, go get in the next chapter.
So good. There's so much information.
Yeah. And, you know, what we talk about in here, you guys, all the time is just that people come on and they watch us. They say, wow, you guys are relatable. I love it. I need you. I need you. But then they don't do anything. Then they just wait till we're back on for free up here on a live and just kind of chit chat. And you guys, you can get to your healing journey a lot faster if you just put the right people in place on your team to help support you. And getting information, like Leah said, I didn't know what narcissism was. I didn't know what high conflict meant. I didn't know what gray rocking was. These are all new fucking terms to me over the past 10 years. They weren't around in 2008 when I was getting divorced. I had no idea. I was ashamed of my divorce, so I didn't tell anybody I was struggling. I didn't ask for help. My therapist, I even went to therapy for my anxiety. I didn't even relate it to my divorce for like, I think 8 months into my therapy. Like I had to act like everything was fine. And so if that's you, where you're really behind the scenes struggling, come to two strangers to where we don't know you, and just dump your shit and feel a lot better and get some strategies behind that.
You have to invest in yourself. And if it's not us, fine. Go find somebody who resonates with you more. Go find the person that you feel drawn to, like, or, buy the books. I mean, like, you have to invest in your healing. If you're not changing, you're choosing.
Yeah. Somebody said, do you suggest the next chapter for literally the people who have been divorced already? People that are in the divorce or have been.
Us.
Yep.
That, like, we're in there on our journey too. We are two moms who have gone through divorce, and it's a different type of divorce and it's a different type of co-parenting journey, but we're still on our journey of like ourselves and bettering ourselves and like doing things for ourselves. And now we're dealing with like inner child healing, and we're talking about the Reiki appointments we have. Like, we are the journey. So you're sharing that with us.
That makes me think, my mom's coming to stay at my house, you guys, for a week because I'm going scuba diving. And so she'll be here tomorrow. So I'm frantically cleaning my house for my mother's approval, and I'm 44 years old. So if you resonate with that, we're soul sisters. But I don't want the judgment. And not that she would, but I just want her to be like, wow, Sam keeps a really clean house.
Yeah. I clean my house for my cat sitter. So I have issues with it as well.
But I'm doing this inner child work, right? So I have pictures of myself on my mirror. So as I was getting ready this morning, I was like thinking, my mom is going to see the pictures of me as a child on my mirror and probably think, what an egotistical bitch. She's looking at herself. And so I'm going to have to explain that to my mom before when she comes tonight, be like, hey, I'm doing some work. Cause there's a picture of her and I when I was super, super small. Cause my mom had me super young. So there's this really cute picture of her in her cap and gown in high school and me standing there with her. And I really like, that's one of my favorite pictures, cause that really is like our story. And I'm going to have to explain those pictures, but I just thought it was funny. Like, if anybody else cleans their house like a frantic person when they know that they're having family over, especially family that doesn't come a lot because my parents don't live by me. But anyways, I'm going to announce my winners. So here's what happened. Yesterday, I did a giveaway. I had something shady happen to my business earlier this week. And the only thing I could do to spin the energy of negativity to positivity was to do a giveaway for the exact same amount of money that I got screwed out of on Monday. So I decided to give people that bought my starter plan yesterday, they had to do it inside of a window of time. And I said, hey, if you buy a starter plan, write me an email. Jared will read all of them and he will decide who gets to be upgraded to a pro plan, which means my team and I will write your plan for you. And then we picked one person, or he did, that gets their whole thing for free. And we're going to refund you the price of the starter plan. So you're going to get all the help in the world from our team for free. So he picked the two that get the upgrade to the pro plan are Hope and Michael. And it was funny listening this morning. I was like, how'd you pick them? Because I didn't read them. I didn't read the emails because I didn't want to know. I'll read them now because I know some people. I know the names that come across. They're familiar. So I didn't want any part of it. So I just marked them in my email and I flagged them, and he went through and read them. And this morning when I said, how did you pick? He goes, man, he's like, these stories are horrible. He's like, this person, this, and then this person, this. And I said, dude, that's what I do every day. Like, I sit here every day and absorb all of these stories. And he's like, I don't think I could. I mean, he's like, well, what happens to this one? I mean, I could show you. I mean, he scratched off and like this one. Oh no, this one. Like, he was really troubled with, all of these people need help, but he's like, some of them is out of your wheelhouse. Some of them need financial assistance and stuff like that on help and getting money for their kids and stuff. But so he picked Hope and Michael to get the upgrade. And then he picked Krista to be the one that gets a refund, and she gets the whole bamboozle all by herself. So I'll reach out to those people. I know they might not be on live tonight, but if they are, congratulations. And I'll be working with you
Yes.
over email. But
and then I was inspired
yes, you
by
were.
Sam's giveaway yesterday. And so we have a client of ours who I just love her. Like she's in our support groups, but she also joined the next chapter. And I just see, like, we see all the work she's doing. She's always commenting. She's always on our lives. She's sharing pictures. She's engaging. And we did that confidence training on Monday. And so then the follow-up is like, what are you doing to gain more confidence, or what do you need help with more confidence? And she had said that I'm saving up money to do Leah's confidence course. But what happened is she recently realized that she has a tree that needs to be taken out in her yard, which fucking sucks. I don't know if you guys have ever had to pay for trees to be removed. It is not a fun expense. I've had to do that myself. And so I chose Kelly for my giveaway. I gave her my online course for free. She got the whole thing. She said she was going to go cry, and she was so grateful. And I know that she's going to love it and do the work. I know that she's going to really take all of the value from that course and do everything in it and get the results that she is looking for. So I felt really good about helping her, somebody who wanted to do it, but couldn't do the money right now because of all this shit. And so, so we were able to help out some people yesterday, which feels really good.
Yeah. So we have two more things, and then we'll let you go. Number one, all the people that did buy yesterday, starter plan, I'm going to be giving you a free consult anyways, even if you didn't win the upgrade. I'm going to give you a free consult when I get back from vacation. So be checking your email. If you bought yesterday in that time window, there was quite a few of you that did. I'm going to give you all a free consult because you took the time and energy to still write me a letter. I heard your story. Jared heard it. And the look on his face this morning when he said, you got to talk to these people. He's like, we can't just not help these people. So we decided that we'll go ahead and give you a free consult for purchasing yesterday and taking the time to tell us your story on an email. So I'll be reading those when I get back from vacation and reaching out to you to set up that appointment. But somebody just asked a really good question. They said, so wait, what do you do, Leah? So you go ahead and you fill.
I'm a coach too. I specialize in helping you through the mental and emotional side of divorce, how to focus on you and strengthening the relationship you have with yourself. So if you're struggling with like guilt or shame or feelings of failure, a lot of it is confidence, self-esteem, self-doubt, negative self-talk. I offer coaching and resources, and I have an amazing online course. So if you're somebody who you can do the work on your own and you just want the information, you don't necessarily need to be like held accountable, do my online course. It will literally step-by-step walk you through how to find acceptance and heal and rebuild your self-esteem. Yeah. Like by the end of the course, you're literally going to rise like a motherfucking phoenix. And it's $97 for the whole thing. And you get a ton of shit with that. But I do group coaching with Sam as well. And then I do have private coaching, and I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. You can check it out.
Right.
My link.
Somebody just asked, are we on Twitch? No. I don't even know what that is.
Isn't that the dance? Is that a dance thing?
I don't know.
I feel old.
But Anna says, I'm basically here for my daughter. How do I get her to try the coaching? She's against everything I suggest, and she needs this. Send us her email, Anna.
Push people,
but send us her email and let us reach out and say, hey, your mom's passionate about helping you. And then it's going to be up to her.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's just starting with our free. We have free resources. Right. We have free support. I mean, we have a whole wide range of options, no matter what your budget is. So sometimes just starting with some of the free stuff is a way to get your momentum going.
Yeah. And if she's in utter denial that she doesn't need help, sometimes we have to wait for people to hit that bottom a little bit. They have to go through a struggle before they're able to really ask for help and realize they need it. That was me. I was like, I'll be fine. I can handle this. I'm fine. I'm fine. I was not fine. I was not fine over. Somebody just said, you guys really lift me. I feel frustrated and overwhelmed. I appreciate your experiences and support. That's why we're here. Transparent as fuck. Just telling you that we fucked our lives up way too much to keep it a secret. And because we figured out the magic on how to make it better and how to improve our lives and make ourselves better people. So
it all starts with you.
Exactly. You guys, again and again, people come on, they watch. They're like, we love you. We love you. but you wait till next week to see us again. Don't wait till next week to see us again. You know, obviously you're following us on TikTok. That's probably how you came across us anyways. The whole freaking, you know, Facebook algorithm, you know, you said the word pizza and now you got pizza advertisements in your phone. There's a reason why we came across here. And I said this yesterday in my live as well. Everything happens for a reason. And there's a reason why we are here this morning. You clicked on this, you've been watching this, and somebody's trying to tell you need to reach out and get a free service or a paid service. It doesn't matter, but you need to keep continuing because we are onto something. We are on to how to make life better for you. We are on to how to make your co-parenting journey better for you. And it starts with you. Somebody asked right before this, they said, hey, when are you going to have, I think they asked for step parent course out, but I'm going to go roll out. I finally have the date, November 1st.
Ooh.
I know I'm fucking nervous saying that out loud. November 1st, I will have a co-parenting course out. And this is a course that's designed for if you have high conflict and you are, how do I do this? How do I go to school? How do I do sporting events with this person? How much is too much information? I'm going to cover how to deal with your co-parent, but a lot on how to deal with your kids when they are in a high conflict parenting situation and you feel like your hands are tied. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks in that course. The course is going to be fucking huge. It's going to be huge because there are so many little golden nuggets that I've picked up in my own journey through books, through therapy, through play therapy for my children. And I've picked up on that none of it should be a secret. Everybody should have access to it to be able to pick and pluck what they need for their journey and apply it to their life to make their life easier. There's just so many little things that I've learned that just the littlest adjustment can change your kids' lives. And those shouldn't be a secret. So anticipate that, push me, remind me, get on me that it will be launched November 1st. I can't believe I just said that out loud. I'm so nervous, but I have to get it done. Because I'm going to have to get it done in the midst of a volleyball season at the same fucking time.
You can do it.
You've got to stop going on vacations. I got to stop. You guys, we haven't been on a vacation. Just Jared and I, we were talking folding laundry last night. Cause that's what, you know, that's parenting life, right? You're watching a TV show, folding laundry, and folding laundry last night. I looked at him and I said, do you realize we're not going to see the kids for 7 days? Like I've been away from being a divorced parent. I'm kind of used to that, right? Like he would take them places and I wouldn't see my big kids when they were little, and it's hard. You know, day 2 or 3, you're cocky. You're like, I got this. This is no big deal. Like this is, oh, I love this freedom. I love this time. Day 4 and 5, you're like, where the fuck are my kids? You know, and then buy a soup sandwich by day 6 and 7. So I looked at him, I said, are you gonna be okay? Not seeing your, he's like, I think so. I think
you'll keep them busy, Sam.
I mean, we'll be underwater from like 8 a.m. till 1. But it's going to be that I'm going to be honest. I won't think about my kids one time when I'm underwater. Like you guys, if you haven't been underwater, and I'm not talking about this cheap ass snorkeling. Don't even come to me if you're a snorkeler. We're not talking about the same thing. If you scuba dive underneath the water, it is magical. It's magical. You feel this big. You are nothing. This is not your world. You don't belong underwater. Like you are a visitor. And it is magical to watch. So I know I won't think about my kids from 8 o'clock in the morning till noon, but the rest of the day, that's going to be hard, you know, but we are at a resort that I don't think will have kids. So I'm hoping. I hate when I see kids when I don't have my own kids.
Yeah.
Like that's when it's like, I was like, oh, well, why do they have to bring their fucking kids to the pool? Like I don't want to think about my kids.
Just soak it up, stay in the present moment, right? Because it's going to go by like this. And then you're going to be back to Lord knows when you're going to get a vacation, just the two of you.
Yeah. It's been 5 years. No, 7. It's been 7 years since we scuba dived, and it's been 6 years since we went on a vacation by ourselves.
So take advantage of it.
It's about time. Isn't there a song that says that? It's about damn time.
Yeah. So. It's about that time. In a minute.
Right. So I'm excited. So we leave tonight and we'll be underwater by the 2nd. So I'll post pictures. I'm going to post pictures like crazy. Of course, pictures underwater don't come out unless you have like a really expensive camera, which we don't have. But it's going to be magical. So you guys, we are here for you. Take the steps. What's next for you? Is it just joining our free support groups? Is it booking a consult with one of us, if not both of us? Is it group coaching with both of us? Is it the next chapter where you just get trainings?
Mhm.
What is it?
What do you need? What do you
is
want?
it?
What do
Yes.
you want for yourself? Who do you want to be?
Right.
You have to do something about it. Take those steps.
Right. Everything is in our links, you guys. This is mine, SamanthaBoss.com. Very, very simple. Take a look at it, write it down, go there. And then Leah Marie's is mindfullyready.com. Everything you need are on those pages. And if you can't find something you need to email us. Okay. And let us know because we can whip something up for you real quick. All right. You guys take it easy. Have a good weekend. I'll be thinking about you when I'm underneath the water. No, I won't. No, I won't. I'm not going to think about my divorce work one bit from 8 o'clock. But then when I get out of the water, I'll be writing this co-parenting course. So I will be working my second half of the day. Leah Marie, you have a good weekend. I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.